Jordan. I'm a Wrangler for the developmental editors, and we're just going to go through how to compare two files um, so that when you're sending over the file to copy edit, you're sending over the right one. As you can see, we're starting just on my home screen. Lots of exciting stuff here, as you can see. But just to start, we're just going to go straight into Word. I'm just going to open it up as if I'm approaching it for the first time. So we're just going to go straight into a blank document because what we want is in the Review tab. So we're just going to go to Review and we're going to go to Compare. And we're going to click on Compare again. And you can see here it's all in alphabetical order. So I'm just going to pick something that I know has two drafts of mine. They're old. Please don't look too closely. So here's the first draft and the second draft. I highly recommend having like the author name in the files that you have, or just like be really aware of what the titles are. And you should be fine. You should be able to find it like pretty easily. So we're just going to go ahead and click OK. And you can see we have two versions of this document up. And if you click here, Reviewing Pane, you will get all of the revisions made and who made them, what are they, all that kind of stuff. So let's just go over what this is. As I said, left panel, these are all of the revisions made, and you can see how many insertions there were, deletions, formatting, stuff like that. This doesn't obviously have any comments on it because it's, something I wrote in college, as you can see. But if it's coming from copy edit, there will likely be comments in it. So basically, this is everything that has been changed on this left panel. You could see Jordan deleted. Here's an entire paragraph that I deleted. And if you click, it'll take you right there. Let's go to an addition just to get an idea of what that'll look like. Let's go here. You can see Jordan inserted, and it'll take you right to the paragraph where that happened. So yeah, that's kind of the left panel. This is good for telling if an author has added large chunks of whatever without, because we're not supposed to be adding things at this point in the process. So you can track whether or not something has been inserted, like just a word that needed to be there, that kind of thing, or if something got deleted that didn't need to be there, that kind of thing, or if entire paragraphs were added, entire paragraphs were deleted. The deletions aren't as much of a concern. Going down in word count usually insinuates that someone is cutting intentionally, not writing, which is what we want them to stay away from right now. So yeah, if just looking over here, if there's a big chunk of things added, it's not the right copy. This first draft is not the right copy. The second draft would also not be the right copy, because that means that they inserted a bunch of stuff that didn't need to be there. So secondly, just looking in this middle document, this is the compared document. That means that it is a combination of both the first draft and the second draft. So what that means is it will show everything that was deleted from the first draft. So everything with a strikeout through it was in the first draft, but deleted in the second. And these underlined red are the additions. So everything that was not in the first draft that is now in the second draft. What that basically means is if you do a quick scroll through, you should be seeing a lot of these. Well, depending on the manuscript, you should be seeing more strikeouts than underlines. You don't want to see like a huge paragraph of underlined material. That means it was added, and that means the author isn't ready to move to copy edit because they added material, or to proof. Sorry, we're going from copy editing to proof. So, you know, make sure that most of the things are strikeouts rather than underline. And then we're going to move over to this final section, this right section. So it'll give you two panels, one of them being the original document. So this is the very first draft. As you can see, nothing is struck out. Everything is just in plain text. And then below it, we have the revised document. And same thing here. It shows you the document as it was, you know, plain document. Nothing is being compared against. That way you can take a very quick look and see, without all these underlining and stuff, because I don't know about you, but when I look at it for too long, my eyes start to hurt because it's so much red. But looking over here, you could just quickly read through my boyfriend of 1 week, my 1 week boyfriend, different. You can also tell the word counts. So in Word, pretty easy to tell what the word count is. You just go down here. Whoop, not there. You go down here, click the words. We're clicked in to this first story, and it's going to give you the word count of that document. Then we're going to close that out. Note that it is 464. Slightly misleading considering this is 1478. And then we're going to go to this one and notice how this one says 1133. So very quickly we can see that in this document up here, we have significantly more words than this one here. You probably just saw that I needed to highlight a paragraph to get that information, but it is information available to you. And it'll be in this corner right over here. So no need to do anything fancy to find that word count. Just quickly check. All right, this first one has 147 or 1,470, sorry. And then this lower one has 1133. So we can easily see that this has cuts in it rather than additions. If these word counts are varying wildly, like I would definitely check between the two documents, even if there was a word count discrepancy as little as, 300 words, just to make sure that the writer kind of addressed comments from the copy editor without really changing the fundamentals of the document, definitely do go in and check, even if there is as little as a discrepancy as like 1133 to 1400. Obviously, these numbers are going to be on a much bigger scale for a manuscript. This is just like an essay I wrote once. But, if that discrepancy is large between the two numbers, that definitely means it needs to go back to the writer and give it another look, because clearly they've added a lot, or on the other end, they've deleted so much that it warrants a second look. So, that's just kind of how you can quickly compare and contrast. And by the end of this, I've learned that this file is likely ready to send based on the fact that there were more deletions than additions, based on the fact that the word count, while a little bit different with that discrepancy of minus like 300 words, they were all needed and necessary deletions that were made suggestions by copy edit. So, I think this one should be the right file. The second draft should be the right file. And do just very quickly, like, double check which file you've clicked before sending it. Just take the 2 extra seconds. Does no harm just to reread the title, say title of work draft two, you know, does not take a long time to do. But yeah, there's kind of how you use this system for comparing two documents. Yeah, good luck and have fun with the rest.